You're taking people's land away
we have not.
From them.
We have,
and those people, in many cases, are being executed. They're being executed. People that kill them and then take their land, and nothing happens to them.
I'm Enigma, and I'm a qualified body language analyst, and today I'm going to be reacting to quite a shocking turn of events. President Donald Trump just confronted the South African president on the alleged mass murder of white farmers, directly to his face in a surprise move. And the body language was fascinating, so let's take a look.
What will it take for you to be convinced that there's no white genocide in South Africa?
well, I can answer that for the president. It's for him. No, seriously.
I'd rather have him answer.
Yeah, I'd rather answer that. It will be.
Our president will respond to you.
I would say if there was Afrikaner farmer genocide, I can bet you these three gentlemen would not be here, including my Minister of Agriculture. He would not be with me. So it'll take him, President Trump, listening to their stories, to their perspective. That is the answer to your question.
So we can see that Trump distances and makes physical contact with his hands here. He doesn't like the fact that the president attempted to brush off the allegations. He distances as a method of avoidance, and hearing the president deny the allegations causes him a form of stress, which manifests in these non-verbal gestures.
But, Mr. President, I must say that we have, wait. We have thousands of stories talking about it. Sure. And we have documentaries, we have news stories, and that. Is Natalie here? Somebody here to turn that? I could show you a couple of things, and it has to be responded to.
Yeah, sure.
Let me see the articles, please, if you would, and turn the lights down, and just put this on. It's right behind you, Johan.
There's nothing this parliament can do. With or without you, people are going to occupy land. We require no permission from you, from the president, from no one. We don't care. We can do whatever you want to do. Who are you to tell us whether we can occupy land or not?
So President Ramaphosa pretty much instantly expresses muscle tension here. We can see quite clearly him tensing up his hand, which is a response to the stress generated from being confronted about such a controversial issue. And interestingly, we also see him do what's called the smile mask. What this is a method of emotional regulation, where people express a smile in an attempt to mask the muscle tension in the face generated by a stressor. Basically, he pulls a smile because he's extremely stressed. It's why some people strangely smile and even laugh at funerals. He's extremely caught off guard here.
We are going to occupy land. Yeah. South Africa occupy land. That's who we are. We don't ever want to do. We can withdraw my membership from this useless parliament.
Yes, honorable member. Must never be scared to kill. A revolution demands that at some point there must be killing, because the killing is part of a revolutionary act. Shoot to kill, Yamaza, kill the poor, the farmer, kill the poor, the farmer, pa, 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 to kill, Yamaza, kill the poor, the farmer.
There is so much going on here. The president now expresses multiple pacifying and distancing behaviors when watching the video. Well, he's not really watching it. He can't seem to stop rubbing the chair with his hand, which is self-touch and a form of stress regulation. He also keeps doing the smile mask, as well as pacifying by touching his face. These are all signs of extreme stress. He barely watches the video, and that's what's generating the stress, nor does he look at Trump. Whereas we see Trump here locked in watching the video.
The mayor of DA in PE is a white man. So these people, when you want to hit them hard, go after a white man. They feel a terrible pain because you have touched a white man. Not because Mashaba and Soli will not be touched. They will be touched, no one. But we are starting with this whiteness. We are cutting the throat of whiteness.
Shoot to kill. Yamaza, kill the brewer, the farmer, kill the brewer, the farmer, pa,
This guy is not happy in the slightest here. He doesn't look at the video and expresses significant signs of stress. He keeps pacifying overtly, and worse, smiling, which is definitely not a good look when you're watching a video exposing the mass killings of people.
Now this is very bad. These are burial sites right here. Burial sites, over 1,000 of white farmers, and those cars are lined up to pay love on a Sunday morning. Each one of those white things you see is a cross, and there's approximately 1,000 of them. They're all white farmers, the family of white farmers. And those cars aren't driving, they're stopped there to pay respects to their family member who was killed. And it's a terrible sight. I've never seen anything like it. Both sides of the road you have crosses. Those people were all killed.
Have they told you where that is, Mr. President? No, I'd like to know where that is, because this I've never seen. I don't. Okay.
I mean, it's in South Africa, that's where.
The president is again all over the place in terms of his nonverbals. He can't seem to keep still, and this is because of the defense mechanism filling his body with the energy he needs to defend himself. The brain is quite primitive in that it takes all forms of stress as an immediate threat to life, and prepares us to defend ourselves physically. Trump, on the other hand, is calm, collected, and barely moving.
We need to find out.
Mr. President, the Pentagon announced that it would be accepting a Qatari jet to be used as Air Force One.
What are you talking about? You know, what are you talking about? You know, you to get out of here. What does this have to do with the Qatari jet? They're giving the United States Air Force a jet, okay? And it's a great thing. We're talking about a lot of other things. It's NBC trying to get off the subject of what you just saw. You are a real, you're a terrible reporter.
The president is just really jumpy here. He's impulsive with his nonverbals, whereas again, Trump is calm and collected in his movements. Also, the question from the journalist has to be one of the worst timed questions that I have ever seen.
Well, I could do that. Look, here's burial sites all over the place. These are all white farmers that are being buried. And he asks about a jet that was given. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You know, you are so bad. You're such a bad reporter. This is one after another. This family was wiped out. I'm just looking.
Can we get a report from President Trump also, please?
Reaction to those videos, Mr. President.
President Trump.
Well, I think the videos are so. No. When you look at the videos, I mean, how does it get worse? And these are people that are officials, and they're saying that kill the white farmer and take their land. That's what it is. And I have other friends in South Africa. I have people that left. One in particular that says you can't go there. He said they want to take your land. They take your land and they kill you. It's okay, and they say it's okay to do. Now we're going to talk about it. But this is a tremendous look. This is a story recent. These are all people that recently got killed.
Yeah.
So the president makes excessive eye contact with Trump here, and also has his hand raised slightly. Now, this eye contact is far above what you would typically expect to see in a normal conversation. So there's something else going on here. He's trying to get Trump's attention, so that he can have a chance to respond. It's also why he keeps repeating what Trump has just said, in an attempt to gain control of the conversation.
And I don't know how it can get any worse. These are and you know, the men that you saw, the people that you saw in that movie, those are officials. Those are people that were in office. They had one march, they had a dance in your parliament, whatever you may call it, legislature.
Well, let me
and it was
clarify
terrible.
that.
Yeah,
Let me
please.
clarify that, because what you saw, the speeches that were being made, one, that is not government policy. We have a multi-party democracy in South Africa that allows people to express themselves, political parties to adhere to various policies, and in many cases, or in some cases, those policies do not go along with government policy. Our government policy is completely against what he was saying, even in the parliament. And they're a small minority party, which is allowed to exist in terms of our constitution.
So we see Trump doing this steepled hand gesture here, which is a form of power pose, which actually helps boost levels of testosterone and reduces overall cortisol levels. However, he also moves his hands and can't hold the gesture firmly. It's clear that Trump does not like what the president is saying here.
But you do allow them to take land.
No.
You do allow them to take land.
Nobody can
and then
take
when
land.
they take the land, they kill the white farmer. And when they kill the white farmer, nothing happens to them.
No, there is
Nothing happens to
There
them.
is criminality in our country. People who do get killed, unfortunately through criminal activity, are not only white people. Majority of them are black people. And we have now
The
been
farmers are
utilized.
black. The farmers are not black.
We
I
are
don't
now-
say that's good or bad, but the farmers are not black. And the people that are being killed in large numbers, and you saw all those grave sites, and those are people that loved ones going, I guess on a Sunday morning, they told me, to pay respect to their loved ones that were killed. Their heads chopped off, they died violently.
We see the president distancing when Trump says that these farmers died violently. He looks away and then tenses his hand and avoids eye contact. It's very clear that being confronted with these facts causes him a strong stress response, indicating that he's disturbed by what he's hearing. Whether or not he's worried by the potential reputation damage or by the fact that the killings happened, I can't determine.
Yeah, I mean, I want you to look good. I don't want you to look bad.
Very good.
But we have hundreds of people, thousands of people trying to come into our country because they feel they're going to be killed and their land is going to be confiscated. And you do have laws that were passed that gives you the right to confiscate land for no payment. You can take away land for no payment.
I want to clarify that, because we have a constitution. Our constitution guarantees and protects the sanctity of tenure of land ownership. And that constitution protects all South Africans with regard to land ownership. However, we do say, because we've got to deal with the past, the government, and as your government also has the right to expropriate land for public use.
And you're doing that.
And we've never really gotten underway with that. And we are going to be doing so.
You're taking people's land
We
away
have not.
from them.
We have,
And those people in many cases are being executed. They're being executed. And they happen to be white, and most of them happen to be farmers. And that's a tough situation. I don't know how you explain that. How do you explain that?
So again, he distances when Trump accuses him of taking people's land away from them. He responds but can't look toward Trump, likely in an attempt to appear non-confrontational, as eye contact is often seen as a challenge. In fact, every time he disagrees with Trump vocally, he makes some form of an attempt at distancing. It's really interesting.
They're taking people's land away, and in many cases those people are being executed, and in many cases it's not the government that's doing it, it's people that kill them and then take their land, and nothing happens to them. But we have thousands of people that want to come into our country. They're also going to Australia in a smaller number. But we have thousands of people that want to come into our country, and they're white farmers, and they feel that they're going to die